Okay, today's will be example number 3 in sketching the graph of the hyperbola with center at HK. But this time, ang kukunin natin equation of the hyperbola given yung some of the conditions, okay, of the hyperbola. Now, we have example number 3. It says, find the equation of the hyperbola with foci at 9, 2 and negative 1, 2. Whose length of the transverse axis is 8 units long. Identify the parts of the hyperbola and sketch the graph. Okay, so write down muna natin yung given. So, ang given natin dito is foci. Sabihin natin, ito yung F1. Okay? F1 natin, 9, 2. And F2 natin, negative 1, 2. Okay? And then yung transverse axis, length, yung haba niya. That is from vertex 1 to vertex 2. Okay? That is 2A. 8 units. Yun yung transverse axis natin. Yun yung haba niya. So, wala na. Okay. Ang pinapahanap sa atin ay 3. No? Una ay yung equation. Kalawa, yung parts of the hyperbola. We identify the parts. And then, the graph of the hyperbola. Okay? Equation of the hyperbola, we are going to identify the parts of the hyperbola. And then, we're going to sketch the graph of the hyperbola. Okay. To give us an idea kung anong itsura ng ating graph, i-plot muna natin yung points na to. Okay. So, 9, 2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 1, 2. So, naandito yung ating isang focus. So, we have negative 1, 2. So, negative 1, 2. So, ibig sabihin, from here up to this point, yun yung 2C. Okay? Yung focal length. Okay? So, ang center niya nasa gitna. Okay? Saan ang gitna niyan? So, by counting na lang, makukuha natin yung location of the center. Solving for the location of the center. So, solving the location of the center. HK. Okay? Paano yan? By counting lang, makikita natin yan. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, midway, yung ating center. So, 5 units to the left, 5 units to the right of this foci, that is the location of the focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, nandito yung focus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nandito yung center. So, ang location ng center natin is at 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Okay? So, therefore, the center is located at 4, 2. Meron pa ba bang ibang paraan para makuha natin yung location ng center? Meron pa, using midpoint formula. So, ito yung point, 9, 2. This is yung F2, negative 1, 2. Okay? So, ang ating HK or center is midway ng ating midpoint of the foci, the focal length. Okay? By distance, by midpoint formula, we can determine the location of the center of our hyperbola. So, we have H x sub 1 plus x sub 2 over 2. Ang x sub 1 natin, ito na lang, 9 plus 9 minus 1 divided by 2. So, that will be 4. Okay? For the k, the sum of the ordinates divided by 2. 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2, sorry. Okay, y sub 1 plus y sub 2 over 2. That is 2 plus 2 over 2 equals, that's equal to 2. So, therefore, tama yung sagot natin. The location of the center of this hyperbola is at 4, 2. Okay? How about A? Paano natin masosolve si A? So, madali lang yung A. Solving for A, alam natin, from vertex to vertex, that is the length of the transverse axis. Okay, so 8 units. So, solving A. Paano? Simple lang. Transverse axis is 8 units long. That is equal to 2A. Okay? So, 2A equals 8. Therefore, dividing both sides by 2, A equals 4. Okay? So, ganun lang kadali. How about C? So, madali lang C. Paano natin masosolve ang C? That is just simply the distance, half of the distance of the segment of the points connecting F1 and F2. So, using distance formula. Actually, kahit hindi na nga gumamit ng distance formula, all we have to do is, since ito ay same vertical distance, all we have to do to determine the distance between F1 to F2 is add the abscissas subtract the abscissas and then divide it by 2. Okay, so 9 minus 1 is 10 divided by 2. That will be 5. So therefore, C equals 5. So paano ulit yan? Solving C. Paano ulit yan? So that will be 2C is equal to the difference ng kaniyang abscissas. So 9 minus 1 is equal to C equals 10 units. Divide both sides by 2, therefore C equals 5. Okay? Therefore C equals 5. Or if you want to use distance formula, pwede rin naman. So by distance formula, solving C by distance formula, so we have 2C, yun yung haba ng focal length, that is F1 to F2. Equal to square root of difference of the ordinates and abscissa, so 9 minus 1 squared plus 2 minus 2 squared. That will be 2C equals square root of 9 minus 1 is 10, so 10 squared. Square root of 10 squared is 10. And so dividing both sides by 2, therefore C equals 5. Okay, parehas din. Since mas madali ang gawin ito dahil they have the same ordinate. You subtract na lamang yung kanilang abscissas to determine the distance between that 2 points. Okay? Now, since yung ating pong foci have the same vertical distance, ang makatwid ang ating transverse axis horizontal or parallel transverse axis. Transverse axis is parallel to x-axis. Okay? Parallel siya dito. Ito yung x-axis, ito yung transverse axis. Since parallel siya, ang gagamitin natin na equation ng hyperbola para ma-solve yung equation na to with these conditions is this one. Positive C, x squared term. X minus h squared over a squared plus, minus y minus k squared over b squared equals 1. Okay? Gagamitin natin. So, kailangan na lang natin ma-solve ay si b. Okay, we already know the value of a, that's equal to 4, half of the focal length, 5 units, the location of the center at 4, 2, the foci located at 9, 2, and negative 1, 2, and we already know what equations to be used to determine the equation of the hyperbola with these conditions. Okay? So, ang kailangan na lang nating ma-solve ay si B para makuha natin yung equation ng hyperbola. Okay? So, we're going to solve the value of B. Okay? Solving B. Solving B. Yun na lang kailangan natin para ma-solve yung equation ng ating hyperbola. So, we know the relation B squared equals C squared minus A squared. Okay? Substituting, we have square root of C squared is 25 minus 16. Okay? So, 25 minus 16 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. So, therefore, the length of B, or semi-conjugate axis, is 3 units. Next is, kunin na rin yun natin yung latus rectum o latera recta. Solving LR. Okay? LR is 2b squared over a. 2 times b squared is 9. A is 4. Cancel. So, matitira 9 over 2. Okay? And half of latus rectum is, that will be 9 over 4. Okay? So, this is 4.5. This is 2.25. Okay? So, okay na. So, meron na tayo nito. And the last is equation of asymptotes na lang. Equation of asymptotes. Equation of asymptotes. Para dire-diretso na tayo. Equation of asymptotes is, since ito ay horizontal, ito ang gagamitin natin. Y minus K plus or minus B over A X minus H. Okay? So, we have Y minus K. K natin ay 2. Plus or minus B is 3. 4 is, A is 4. X minus 4. Okay. So, kung positive si 3, okay, positive 3, cross multiply ko si 4 kay y minus 2. So, that will be 4y minus 8 equals 3x minus 12. Transpose natin, 0 equals 3x minus 4y minus 12 plus 8. Therefore, we have 3x minus 4y minus 4 equals to 0. So, that is the first equation of the asymptote. The second equation can be obtained if 3 is negative. So, I cross multiply ko ulit si 4. That will be 4y minus 8. That will become negative 3x and positive 12. Ito na lang i-transpose ko. That will be 3x plus 4y minus 8 minus 12 equals 0. Therefore, the equation is 3x plus 4y minus 20 equals 0. Okay? So, ito na. Okay. So, meron na tayong mga values na yan. So, kailangan na lang natin ay equation. So, kunin natin yung equation of the hyperbola. Equation of the hyperbola. Ito yung unang pinapahanap sa atin. So, the equation is just simply x minus h is 4 over a squared. Square of 4 is 16. Minus, sorry, square to, y minus k, k is 2, over b squared, 3 squared is 9. Okay? So, meron na tayong sagot sa equation ng hyperbola. Okay? So, pwede nating sketch yung ating hyperbola. Okay? Ito na lang. Okay. yung munang center, 4, 2. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So, nandito yung center. Then, foci natin, 9, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 2. Then, sa negative, 1, 2. Negative 1, 2. Okay. Ang tagilid. Okay. So, ito yung ating center, 4, 2. Starting from the center, bilang naman tayo ng 3 units upward, 3 units downward para sa end of conjugate axis. So, 1, 2, 3. Ito naman, 1, 2, 3. Okay. For the vertices, bilang naman tayo ng 4 units from the center. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, then, 1, 2, 3, 4 din dito. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, nandito. Okay. And then, kuha na tayo ng, so, nandito siya. Yan. Okay. So, una natin yung mga coordinates niya. B sub 1. So, parehas ang kanyang horizontal distance sa center. So, ang center natin located sa 4, 2. So, magdadaglag tayo ng 3 units from the ordinate of the center. So, 4, 5. Okay? Kasi 2 plus 3 is 5 units. Then, sa baba, magsusubtract tayo. So, B sub 2 is 4. 2 minus 5 is negative. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. Kasi, ang B natin, simula dito kasi ay 3 units. Yan, 3 units yan. Yun yung ating B. Okay? So, dito naman, A. Tsaka dito, yun yung C. Okay? Yan. So, ito ang F1 natin, 9, 2. F2 natin, negative 1, 2. Okay. For the vertices, ang coordinates niya, B sub 1, magdadagdag ka lang naman ang 4 units from the center. So, that will be 8, 2. Okay. Dito, magsusubtract ka lang ng 4 units from the abscissa of your center. So, B sub 2 is 0, 2. Yeah. Okay na. So, lateral recta. So, ang ating lateral recta, kalahati 2.25. So, starting from the focus, 2.25 upward, 2.25 downward. So, 1, 2.25 somewhere here. 1, 2. Pass. So, dito, 1, 2. So, dito. Dito rin, 2.25 dito. 1, 2.25. 1, 2.25. Okay. So, naandito yung ating hyperbola. Ito yung ating lateral recta. Okay. And then, ito yung ating conjugate axis. Yung ating transverse axis. Okay. And then, yung coordinates ng mga lateral recta, E sub 1, parehas ang kanyang horizontal na sa focus 2, so 9. Then, magdadagdag ka lang ng 2.25 from 2. So, that will be 4.25. Dito naman sa baba, A sub 2, we have 9. Magsusubtract ka naman ng 2.25 from 2. So, that will be 0.25, negative 0.25. So, dito, A sub 3, ganun din, same horizontal distance nito, so that is negative 1. Vertical distance, katulad nun, 4.25. Dito naman, A sub 4, horizontal distance the same, -1, pero kanyang vertical distance, -0.25. Okay? And then your asymptotes nandito. Okay, ito yung asymptotes natin. Okay. Itong equation na to is 3x, which one? Ito. 3x plus 4y minus 20 equals 0. Itong isa, equation niya ay 3x minus 4y minus 4 equals 0. Okay? So, yon yung ating example number 3 in sketching the graph of a hyperbola with center at HK. So, the next topic will be application of hyperbola in real-life situations. So, thank you.